Welcome to Chalk Talk, the podcast where we dive deep into topics that matter most to family-owned businesses, entrepreneurs, and anyone navigating the complex world of business leadership. I'm Tiffani Carter, and we're here with Rory Sheppard, and we're excited to bring you insight, strategies, and discussions that reflect the very essence of what we do here at ActionCOACH of West Texas. Welcome, Rory. We've got another great topic today.
So what is that topic? I can't wait.
Well, we ask at the end of each podcast, right? We want to hear from you, burning questions. So a burning question, it has been around the how do I retain top talent? How do I recruit better talent? I'm offering good pay, but I'm still not getting those takers that I'm looking for. That's a conversation we have a lot here at Action Coach.
Right.
We're just going to dive in there. I know you've read the Song of Significance with Seth Godin. Really great read, some great takeaways. Let's kind of go down that path.
Yeah, so I think that is a question and a conversation that we have, and I wish there was a silver bullet, right? I mean, I wish there was one thing that you could do that you could change overnight the way your business operates or kind of the way that things happen for you, but that's probably not a reality. And so I do think, you called out Seth Godin's book. One of the things that he did, or one of the key takeaway for me was that, he went out and interviewed, give or take a handful, 10,000 people to different countries, and didn't say, how do you retain talent? That wasn't the question. He actually asked what I think is an even better question. He asked people, what were the characteristics of the best job you ever had? Mm-hmm. And then he has 14 answers, kind of the 14 top characteristics that most people gave, or 90+% of the population gave one of these 14 as a characteristic of the best job ever. And I think when you hear them, you're gonna think about a job that you had and go, did it meet that or did it not? Was it the best job for me ever? And what were the characteristics? But I'm going to run through the first four pretty quick.
Love it.
So the first one is, I surprised myself with what I could accomplish. So just think about that. I took a job and I was able to do more than I thought I was capable of doing. Mm-hmm. That's the number one reason. 60% of the people that answered the question said a characteristic of the best job ever was that, no, I did more than I thought I could do. Mm-hmm. The second one was that I could work independently. Third was that the team I was on, the team I was working with, built something important. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't just going through the motions. But I had something that was bigger than me. Mm-hmm. That I was part of, and in a team, we were able to accomplish that. So yes, I was working independently, but I was also working with a team that was able to create something that was important.
Right.
And then the third one is people treated me with respect. So those four got 35 to 60% of the respondents. So somewhere between 3,500 and 6,000 people that were interviewed about your best job ever gave one of those four as the reason for why that was the best job ever. So a key component that's not there, right, is the pay that I got, or that the work was easy, or that I got to be the boss. Right? Now, those are in this list, but all three of those are in the bottom four.
Right.
So in today's world, one of the things that we think about doing is, making the job easier, reducing the tasks, right? Increasing the pay, right? I mean, there's been a big push to, the salary wars or the hourly rate wars to get you up to a higher point, thinking that that's going to be the thing. And then I wonder, when people don't stay, that's the most money I've ever paid. They're ungrateful, they're lazy, right? It may not be that at all.
Right.
it made me back up to these top 4. Was I pushing them to accomplish more than they thought they could?
Mm-hmm.
Did they have an understanding that the team was creating something that was important? Did I treat the role and the person with a level of respect?
Right.
Or did I say, you're an hourly person, I'm not even going to talk to you? Right? I mean, how did I treat the role on top of how did I treat the person?
Right.
Yeah, so those are pretty powerful. And I'll give you just a couple of more because I love number 7 out of his list was
Okay.
the job was difficult. Right? So it was easy, right? It's less than 5%. The fact that it was difficult shows up as number 7. So it was in the more than 20% of the people are giving that as the reason.
Right.
So the temptation to reduce the scope, make it super easy, takes out any challenge for the person, and that may take out any reason for me to stay.
Right. And for 2.5 years, we've been talking to business owners and business leaders that people want to be a part of something larger than themselves. This survey shows that as well.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of that. And we had someone we talked to, it's probably been 6 to 9 months, but they were like, well, right, this person comes and right, their offer is this much. It's more than I'm offering. And I love the comment we had to them at that time was like, if I match that offer, I'm still going to have a money conversation later. If it's for money, right, it's a different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But having those conversations and knowing our team members to know where they fall in these is really imperative to retaining that great talent.
No, absolutely. Now, with that said, the age of the 50-year employment with a single company
Mm-hmm.
is not completely gone, but it's pretty much gone, right? I mean, there are a few organizations that have people with 40 or 45 or 50 years experience with them.
Right.
But for the most part, we are not in that world anymore. And so I have for years had a concept of we're just renting talent.
Mm-hmm.
And so I should be excited when I hire you. I need to pour into you while you're here. I need to make sure that you're learning and growing and developing new skills. And then, oh, by the way, I also need to celebrate when you leave to go to a new location or a new job or a new whatever. And so I think when I have that attitude and I say I'm renting talent and I'm going to get high value out of you while you're here, and both of us, when you leave, you're going to say nice things about the organization for all the things that you learned. And I'm going to say nice things about you because of all the value that you added to me while you were here. That's the win-win. And when we do that, if your average tenure today is 12 months, even if it got to 15, you just got 25% longer tenure than what you had before.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth it. And so I would say, again, back to where we started, there is no silver bullet. There is no way to just say, I got this, right? I can eliminate turnover. But for no additional money, none, I can challenge people to do more than they expected to do. I can have them work independently. I can have them be part of a team that is accomplishing something that is important.
Mm.
And I can absolutely, the easiest one out of the list is I can treat them with respect. And so do those 4 and retention will go up.
I love it. Great conversation today. Thank you for that. Like we said at the beginning, we want to hear from you. If you have a burning question or topic you would like us to explore, don't hesitate to reach out. Your insights and challenges are what drive this podcast. And we'll see you next time on Chalk Talk.